It is noteworthy that by the age of 80, individuals may experience up to a 50% reduction in leg muscle strength compared to their younger years. Sarcopenia is a serious condition affecting more than 50 million elderly people worldwide, silently undermining the independence of countless individuals. Every year, over 300,000 seniors are hospitalized due to falls that can be directly attributed to leg weakness. The truly astonishing aspect? Findings published in the Journal of Physiology indicate that significant loss of leg strength is not an inevitable outcome. While many people in their 70s struggle to climb stairs or stand up from a chair without assistance, there is an impressive group of elderly individuals who maintain strength, functionality, and even muscular endurance in their legs, comparable to significantly younger individuals. Superagers often demonstrate remarkable leg strength, frequently outperforming much younger individuals in physical assessments. They remain engaged in activities such as walking and cycling, and maintain full independence well into their 90s or beyond. What is their secret? Researchers at the Mayo Clinic have identified specific practices that significantly slow down, and may even reverse, the age-related loss of leg muscle. These are practices that 93% of elderly individuals are completely unaware of. The most essential practice, identified by researchers at Harvard Medical School as capable of rebuilding leg muscles even in people in their 70s and 80s, is often overlooked by many healthcare professionals when advising their elderly patients. It is astonishing how many doctors still provide recommendations that contradict the latest scientific findings on the key factors necessary for preserving leg strength as we age. Stay with us until the end, as the first habit is likely something you are neglecting daily. This is a common mistake that activates genetic pathways, accelerating leg muscle deterioration. Correcting this habit could determine whether you will thrive independently or become increasingly reliant on others as the years go by. Before we begin, let us know in the comments where you are watching from. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Without further delay, let's start our journey. Habit number 7. Incorporating hormetic stressors. Individuals in their 80s who exhibit remarkable leg strength often engage in practices that may seem counterintuitive. They routinely expose themselves to specific types of stress known as hormetic stressors. Hormesis describes the beneficial effects that arise from exposure to small doses of stressors that would be harmful at higher levels. Simply put, the challenges you face can strengthen your legs. Findings from the Buck Institute for Research on Aging indicate that brief exposures to certain stressors can activate protective cellular responses that not only preserve leg muscle integrity, but also enhance its functionality and growth, even in individuals in their 80s. The first hormetic stressor, used by superagers, temperature variation. Cold exposure, e.g., finishing a shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water or short cold water immersions, stimulates brown fat and activates adiponectin, which protects leg muscles from degradation. Heat exposure, such as saunas or hot baths, stimulates heat shock proteins, which repair damaged muscle cells and inhibit protein breakdown. A Finnish study revealed that individuals who regularly used a sauna, 4 to 7 times per week, experienced a 40% reduction in leg muscle loss over a decade compared to those who did not. The second hormetic stressor, intermittent fasting. By restricting food intake to an 8 to 10 hour daily window, superagers activate autophagy, a cellular cleaning mechanism that improves muscle quality. Findings from the Salk Institute indicate that this practice can enhance mitochondrial function in leg muscles by up to 10% in just 12 weeks. The third hormetic stressor, short, intense muscle contractions. Superagers frequently engage in maximal isometry, exercises where they exert maximum force against immovable objects for 5 to 10 seconds. This strengthens leg muscles while minimizing joint impact. Habit number 6, adjusting protein. Intake timing. Protein consumption is essential for maintaining muscle strength and preventing sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. However, it's not just about the total amount of protein consumed daily. The timing of protein intake also plays a crucial role in preserving muscle mass and leg functionality. Why does protein timing matter? As we age, our bodies become less efficient at converting dietary protein into muscle mass. This phenomenon, known as anabolic resistance, means that older adults need a greater and more frequent stimulus to maintain and build muscle strength. Studies show that evenly distributing protein intake throughout the day enhances muscle synthesis and prevents excessive degradation. In other words, consuming a large amount of protein only at lunch or dinner may not be as effective as spreading it across all meals. The trap of a low-protein breakfast. Many seniors start their day with a carbohydrate-heavy, low-protein breakfast, such as bread, toast, cereal, or coffee with milk. This habit can be detrimental because a key muscle-building opportunity is lost. After an overnight fast, the body is primed to absorb nutrients and activate muscle renewal. Without adequate protein, this opportunity is wasted. Protein synthesis remains unbalanced throughout the day. Consuming most protein only at lunch and dinner may not be enough to overcome anabolic resistance. Metabolism slows down. Protein has a higher thermic effect than carbohydrates and fats, meaning it helps keep metabolism more active. How to optimize protein intake. Throughout the day, research suggests that older adults should consume 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein per meal to maximize muscle synthesis. Here are some strategies. High-protein breakfast options: scrambled eggs with cheese and whole grain toast, Greek yogurt with nuts and berries, protein shake with milk and banana. Balanced lunch and dinner options: lean meats, chicken, fish, lean red meat, legumes, lentils, chickpeas, beans, combined with brown rice salads with cottage cheese or tofu protein-rich snacks throughout the day, cheese plus nuts, hard-boiled egg protein bars with natural ingredients. The key to strong, active legs. Adjusting protein intake timing is a simple but powerful change to help preserve muscle strength and independence in old age. Instead of concentrating protein in just 1 or 2 meals, distributing it evenly throughout the day could be the key to keeping legs strong and active for much longer. Habit 5. Optimizing vitamin D levels. Vitamin D is much more than just an essential nutrient for bone health. It plays a crucial role in preserving muscle strength and preventing falls in older adults. However, more than 80% of seniors have a deficiency in this vitamin, which can accelerate muscle loss and impair balance and mobility. Why is vitamin D essential for muscles? Vitamin D directly influences muscle function in several ways. Muscle gene activation. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that vitamin D activates genes responsible for muscle protein synthesis, promoting muscle recovery and growth. Prevention of sarcopenia. Sarcopenia, the loss of muscle mass and strength with age, is worsened by vitamin D deficiency. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine revealed that older adults with adequate vitamin D levels had 25% more leg strength and better balance than those with a deficiency. Improved neuromuscular communication. Vitamin D is essential for the function of motor neurons that control muscles. A deficiency can lead to slower reflexes and reduced coordination, increasing the risk of falls and injuries. What are the ideal vitamin D levels? Superagers, people who maintain muscle strength and independence in later years, typically keep their vitamin D levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter in their blood. In comparison, many seniors have levels below 20 nanograms per milliliter, which is linked to muscle weakness and a higher risk of falls. How to maintain optimal vitamin D levels. The best way to optimize vitamin D is through a combination of supplementation, diet, and sun exposure. Sun exposure. The most natural way to get vitamin D is through sunlight. Ideally, Expose your skin to sunlight for 15 to 20 minutes at midday, when UVB rays are strongest. Target areas like arms and legs without sunscreen for a short period. Older adults with darker skin may need more exposure time. Supplementation. If sun exposure is insufficient, especially during winter or for those with limited mobility, supplementation is essential. Recommended dose: 2,000 to 4,000 IU per day, adjusted based on blood tests. Better absorption occurs when vitamin D is taken with healthy fats, such as olive oil or omega-3s. Vitamin D-rich foods, although food provides less vitamin D than sunlight, including the following, can help: fatty fish, salmon, sardines, tuna, egg yolks, sun-exposed mushrooms, fortified dairy products, the key to strong muscles and better balance. Maintaining optimal vitamin D levels not only strengthens leg muscles, but also improves balance, coordination, and reduces fall risk. A simple adjustment in daily habits, getting regular sun exposure, eating vitamin D-rich foods, and considering supplementation can make all the difference in achieving a healthy and active aging process. Habit number 4, inflammation control. Chronic inflammation, a silent process known as inflammaging, a combination of inflammation and aging, is one of the biggest enemies of longevity and muscle health. It not only accelerates muscle loss, but is also linked to diseases such as arthritis, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and cardiovascular conditions. Superagers, people who maintain strength, vitality, and independence in old age, adopt specific habits to reduce inflammation and preserve muscle health, especially in their legs. Why does inflammation accelerate muscle loss? As we age, the body begins to produce higher levels of inflammatory cytokines, such as IL-6 and TNF-alpha. These substances interfere with muscle protein synthesis, making it harder for muscles to recover and grow. Increase oxidative stress, damaging muscle cells. Reduce insulin sensitivity, making it difficult for muscles to absorb essential amino acids. Affect mitochondria, decreasing energy production and contributing to muscle fatigue. The good news: inflammation can be controlled through daily habits. How do superagers fight inflammation? They adopt an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, which includes quality sleep, a balanced diet, and strategic supplementation. Quality sleep: 7 to 8 hours in total darkness. Deep sleep is when the body reduces inflammation and repairs muscles. Sleep deprivation increases inflammatory markers and speeds up cellular aging. Tips for better sleep: sleep 7 to 8 hours in a completely dark environment. Artificial light reduces melatonin production. Avoid screens, phone, TV, 1 hour before bed to improve sleep quality. Keep the room temperature between 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 to 20 degrees Celsius, to promote restful sleep. Anti-inflammatory diet: 30+ varieties of vegetables and fermented foods. A diet rich in polyphenols, fiber, and antioxidants reduces inflammation and protects muscles from degeneration. Superagers prioritize 30+ varieties of vegetables per week. Dietary diversity reduces inflammation. Fermented foods, such as natural yogurt, kefir, kimchi, and sauerkraut, to strengthen gut microbiota and lower inflammation. Anti-inflammatory spices, like curcumin, turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon. Anti-inflammatory foods list: colorful vegetables, spinach, broccoli, carrots, beets, berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Nuts and seeds: chia, flax seeds, Brazil nuts. Green tea, rich in antioxidant polyphenols. Strategic supplementation: omega-3, curcumin, and polyphenols. Certain supplements help reduce inflammation and preserve muscle mass. Omega-3, 2 to 3 grams per day. Lowers inflammatory markers and improves muscle function. Sources: fish oil, flax seeds, chia seeds. Curcumin: The active compound in turmeric has strong anti-inflammatory effects and is best absorbed when taken with black pepper. Polyphenols, antioxidants found in green tea, dark cocoa, and berries help protect muscles from oxidative stress. The key to a younger, stronger body. Silent inflammation gradually destroys muscles, but simple habits can reverse it. Sleep 7 to 8 hours without artificial light. Eat at least 30 types of vegetables per week. Consume fermented foods to improve gut health. Include omega-3, curcumin, and polyphenols in your routine. By reducing inflammation, superagers preserve muscle strength and maintain a younger, more functional body for longer. Habit 3. Essential micronutrients for superagers. As we age, the body absorbs and utilizes fewer essential nutrients, making micronutrient deficiencies a major factor in muscle loss, low energy, and cognitive decline. Superagers, people who maintain strength and vitality well into old age, understand that nutrition goes beyond calories. They prioritize specific micronutrients to keep their muscles and minds sharp. The 3 most overlooked nutrients in older adults are magnesium, essential for muscle relaxation and energy metabolism; creatine, powerful for muscle strength and recovery; methylated vitamin B12, critical for nerve communication and muscle contraction. Magnesium, the most overlooked nutrient. 70% of older adults are deficient. Magnesium is an essential mineral involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including muscle, bone, and nerve function. Unfortunately, 70% of older adults are deficient due to poor absorption and diets low in natural foods. Why is magnesium crucial? Muscle relaxation, prevents cramps, and improves post-exercise recovery. Bone strength and density, works with calcium to keep bones strong. Sleep and stress reduction. Adequate levels promote relaxation and better sleep quality. Natural sources of magnesium: dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard; nuts and seeds, Brazil nuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds; dark chocolate, 70% or higher cacao. Tip: magnesium glycinate or citrate supplements are better absorbed and less likely to cause digestive discomfort. Creatine, the secret to energy and muscle strength. Creatine is naturally produced by the body and stored in muscles to provide quick energy during physical activities. Studies show that creatine supplementation improves muscle strength and reduces fatigue in older adults. Benefits of creatine for superagers: increases leg strength, prevents falls and improves mobility; enhances muscle recovery, reduces soreness and fatigue after exercise; protects cognition. Research suggests creatine helps prevent cognitive decline. Ideal dosage: 3 to 5 grams per day, preferably in the monohydrate form, the most studied and effective. Tip: taking creatine with a carbohydrate source, like a banana or natural juice, enhances its absorption into muscles. Methylated vitamin B12, essential for nerve communication. Vitamin B12 plays a key role in red blood cell production, nervous system maintenance, and muscle function. As people age, stomach acid production decreases, leading to poor B12 absorption and common deficiencies among older adults. Signs of B12 deficiency: tingling in hands and feet, loss of balance and coordination, extreme fatigue and muscle weakness. Memory issues and slow thinking. Why choose the methylated form? The methylcobalamin, methylated B12 form, is more bioavailable and effective than cyanocobalamin, especially for older adults who have difficulty converting the vitamin. Natural sources of B12: lean meats, beef, chicken, fish, salmon, sardines, egg yolks, dairy, cheese, yogurt. Tip: older adults with poor absorption may require sublingual or injectable B12 supplementation to maintain optimal levels. Losing muscle strength, energy, and cognition is not inevitable. Superagers ensure they get enough magnesium, creatine, and methylated B12 to keep their bodies strong and minds sharp. Magnesium for muscle relaxation and energy, creatine for strength and physical performance, methylated B12 for nerves and muscle contraction. Incorporating these micronutrients can transform aging and help maintain vitality for decades. Habit number 2, preserving neuromuscular connections. After the age of 60, communication between the brain and muscles begins to deteriorate, a process known as muscle denervation. This decline reduces strength, balance, and coordination, increasing the risk of falls and overall weakness. However, superagers adopt strategies to preserve and even strengthen these neuromuscular connections, ensuring mobility and agility for years to come. Why are neuromuscular connections essential? The neuromuscular junction is the point where nerves control muscles. When these connections weaken, muscles stop receiving commands, leading to atrophy and loss of strength. What accelerates this loss? Sedentary lifestyle, nutritional deficiencies, B12, choline, antioxidants, lack of neuromuscular stimulation, activities requiring coordination. Superagers preserve these connections with 3 key strategies: activities that challenge motor coordination, neuroprotective supplements; vagus nerve stimulation, activities that challenge motor coordination; practicing activities that require precision, balance, and quick decision-making strengthens neuromuscular circuits. Tai Chi improves balance and reduces falls by up to 50%. Dancing enhances agility and motor memory. Ping pong sharpens reflexes and stimulates the brain. Tip: choosing activities that combine physical movement with cognitive challenge, such as choreographed dancing or reaction-based sports, enhances neuromuscular preservation. Neuroprotective supplements. Alpha-lipoic acid, a powerful antioxidant that protects nerves from oxidative stress and improves nerve signal conduction. Acetyl L-carnitine helps regenerate damaged nerves and enhances neural sensitivity. Studies show it improves memory and muscle function in older adults. Tip: the combination of these 2 supplements has been studied for its ability to reduce tingling sensations and enhance motor function in seniors. Vagus nerve stimulation. The vagus nerve is the primary communication channel between the brain and the body, including muscles. Keeping it active enhances balance, mental focus, and reduces inflammation. How to stimulate the vagus nerve. Box breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold the breath for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold empty lungs for 4 seconds. Repeat for 5 minutes daily. Singing or chanting. The vibrations activate the vagus nerve. Cold exposure. Washing the face with cold water or taking a cold shower stimulates the vagus nerve. Tip: regular vagus nerve activation reduces inflammation and enhances neuromuscular signal transmission. Final thoughts. Preserving neuromuscular connections is essential for maintaining strength, balance, and coordination throughout life. Superagers protect their nerves and muscles by adopting 3 key strategies: activities that challenge coordination, Tai Chi, dancing, ping pong; neuroprotective supplements, alpha-lipoic acid, acetyl L-carnitine; vagus nerve stimulation, box breathing, singing, cold exposure. By following these habits, the brain continues to send efficient commands to the muscles, ensuring vitality and independence for decades. Habit number 1: progressive resistance training. The number 1 habit of older adults with strong legs isn't just walking or using light weights. Superagers challenge their muscles with progressive resistance training, stimulating muscle growth and preventing the loss of strength associated with aging. Why is resistance training essential? After the age of 50, Muscle loss can reach 1 to 2% per year due to sarcopenia, the natural decline in muscle mass. Walking or light exercise alone isn't enough to stimulate muscle growth. The body only responds to progressive challenges. Proper stimulation generates new muscle fibers and increased leg strength. University of Alabama study. Older adults who followed a 12-week progressive resistance program gained 3.3 pounds, 1.5 kilograms of muscle, increased leg strength by 35%. The key? Compound movements and progressive overload. How does progressive resistance training work? Progression equals increasing weight, repetitions, or intensity over time. Compound movements, which engage multiple muscles at once, are more effective than isolated exercises. Fundamental exercises, squats, strengthen thighs, glutes, and knees. Deadlifts, improve leg strength and posture. Lunges, enhance balance and unilateral strength. Step-ups, mimic everyday movements. Leg extensions and curls, target hamstrings and quadriceps. Tip: start with 2 to 3 sessions per week, using weights that challenge the muscles without compromising form. How to optimize training for maximum results. Use challenging weights. If it feels too easy, increase the load. Train to fatigue. The last reps should be difficult. Train at least 2 to 3 times per week. Muscle growth depends on frequency. Prioritize technique over weight. Proper form prevents injuries. Include recovery. Growth happens during rest, so sleep and nutrition are crucial. Final thoughts. Progressive resistance training is the secret weapon of super-agers to maintain strong legs, prevent falls, and ensure independence. Compound movements like squats and deadlifts. Progressive overload. Muscles must be challenged to grow. At least 2 to 3 weekly sessions for visible results. By adopting this habit, any older adult can reverse muscle loss and keep their legs strong for life. Are you ready to strengthen your legs and live independently? By the age of 80, losing up to 50% of leg strength is not inevitable. As we've seen, super-agers, those who maintain vitality, mobility, and autonomy, follow science-backed habits that preserve and even restore leg muscles. They don't accept decline as normal. They face aging with proven strategies. They know small changes create big results, from optimizing protein intake to training smart. They prove that strength has no age. They keep walking, climbing stairs, and living fully. Which habit will you adopt today? Will you start with a protein-rich breakfast? Will you try 1 minute of cold water in your shower? Will you add squats to your workout? Share in the comments. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Do you already practice any of them? Tell us about your experience. Do you know someone 70+ years old with strong legs? What do they do differently? Don't let time decide for you. Leg strength is the foundation of independence, and every choice you make today shapes how you'll age. Take the first step, literally. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Rate this video from 1 to 10 in the comments and let us know what you think. Your feedback helps us keep bringing you useful and relevant content. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.